green lights so far. The last couple of people, you can see them line up. We have 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we are off. Both Mercedes drivers look to be quite well off the line, but so is the Red Bull of, I think, Lord Smartfan right behind them. And the corner so far looks pretty clear. We can hear some banging of the tires, but Takashi is in second place with Mark in front of him. It's all pretty close to each other still. We don't see yellow flags at the moment. It looks to be like both Mercedes drivers are still fighting it off in the first few corners here. They're onto the long straight. Takashi's fighting Mark. He's on the outside line here. And they keep enough space for each other. It seems they do. And Mark is back in front. It's very close to each other. And these two drivers, we get Sector 1 and Sector 2, a yellow flag. We're not entirely sure what's happening there. It could be Stolly. No, he's still ongoing. MR is still driving. It looks to be okay here.
I think the Burrows is the biggest loser out of that yellow flag. I think he probably was spun around by another driver.
It could be the case. He's at the very end at the moment. We're opening up some extra information on the left and right. Mark is the biggest winner so far, as it seems like he overtook Takashi, and it was quite a battle for a little bit, as Takashi wasn't giving up that spot that easily. But for the moment, it's Mark in front, Takashi in second place, and MR in third, who's already almost a second behind Takashi.
Probably as a result of wing damage, I wouldn't assume this to be a regular pit stop.
Oh, it's 8.4 seconds, which is longer than you would expect. And the same for I Was Born to Lose, so both of them seem to have some wing damage. And that brings them to the end of the pack.
The track is not too difficult to follow another driver on. And after a few corners, you have a very big straight. Boys, we see Marine spinning around. After having, I think, a little bit of a wheel bang contest with King Wonder, he lost control of the car and actually spun.
Yeah, he's getting back onto the track, currently in 18th place. Still in front of Vutru and I Was Born to Lose. From what we can tell, it seems like he has no damage, but I'm not entirely sure.
I don't think he has any damage, seems to be. Where, of course, on the Camel Straight, the driver behind has DRS, so, and the straight being so long that just the sheer overspeed you get, you can easily outbrake the driver in front of you. Going into the second sector.
That's King Wonder. Almost losing it. Oh, I tried to switch the view. Oh, there it is! He smashes into the wall. You saw him. He was on the gravel alongside the track. Actually, the normal track, but alongside the track, obviously. And he tried to put the power on again to get back onto the regular track, and he just lost it there, which is very unfortunate. Lane.
Blinde Vinkje. There's been an incident between him and Winston, I believe. Blinde Vinkje coming out the worst of the two, losing his entire front wing.
Yeah, and we have a virtual safety car. Drivers must decrease speed by 40%, and there is no overtaking. And he makes the space there.
Now.
Yeah, it's certainly going to happen. And we'll definitely see a couple of people going into the pit lane. And Blinde Vinkje, definitely, you see him have issues with the corner. Drive-through penalty for Psylex for speeding under the virtual safety car, and his unlucky streak continues, it seems.
He has to go for the drive-through, otherwise after I believe 3 laps he's going to be disqualified from the session if he doesn't. And it has of course to be served under green flag conditions. As
Blinde Vinkje retires. Yes, that's a DNF for Blinde Vinkje. And the crash seems to have an even bigger effect on him now. I'm not entirely sure what happened. Maybe he tried to get into the pit and had an accident there. But we're hoping to get more information on that as soon as we can. And we have a safety car because of it. It has to be because of that, right? As Mark now goes into the pit lane on lap 6 of the Spa-Francorchamps race. So does Takashi. So both Mercedes drivers are going into the pit. And you see him lining up behind it. It doesn't delay him by too much. MR is in the pit lane. I think everybody's going in now.
He was being held up a little bit there. Lost a few positions.
Yeah, we'll see if that clears up. If he manages to get out of the pit lane earlier than the rest, though. We're not sure how bad it's going to be. But he was already behind Mark. And Fikeaway's now leading this race. Blindefink has left the session. And the pace is back on. Fikeaway starts moving. Mark is awake and right behind him as they go into the chicane here. A lot of people are very close to each other. Takashi has already made the move on Moraine, it seems. And the pit window is open. Green flags here. There could be a little bit of contact just before or somewhere in the chicane. Moraine moves down to 7th place. Lord Smarfan now in 6th. And Mark is putting the pressure back onto Fikeaways. He's going to want that first spot back. And Fikeaways is in the way at the moment. 0.3 seconds separates them. And he's going to come close. He's going to try and make the move onto the straight here. He's going to take a peek on the right-hand side. Fikeaways seems to leave the space there. He does. And the move is already done by Mark. Fikeaways is unable or unwilling to defend that there. It seems like he may know that this was going to happen, and like you said, he's on a different strategy. He might just be looking towards King Winder behind him and see that that's the one he's going to want to fight and leave Mark and just let him pass by for the moment. Then let's see what his perspective is, because this is probably... Oh, there's a move on the right hand side. MR is making it, and they're very close to each other. They leave enough space for, and MR seems to be past him.
Very good racing. You love to see this.
Immediately he goes towards the outside line for this left-hander. He tries to get the move on the left-hand side here. They go towards the chicane. It's going to be difficult. I think they made a little bit of contact as you saw the hand of King Winder go up for a second. And it's very close to each other. The fastest lap is by Mark. MR, Lord Smarfan moves past him. He's on the left-hand side here. What's going to happen? Lord Smarfan passes by. Yes, so the fight was between MR and King Winder.
They're going to go side by side into Radion. Let's see if they are going to survive this. It seems like it.
Ooh, Lord and MR have passed him again. And this is where the fighting happens at the moment. MR is now moving past Lord Smarfan. Later on the brakes and makes it happen. Lord Smarfan tries to cut back, but MR defends. And does so very well. Behind him is Takashi now.
Yes, we have a spin. Robbie Van in the background.
Yes, indeed. We could see it for a second. Yeah. Takashi now making the move, or at least it seems like he's almost giving him the space.
Yeah, I'd assume so. I also drive with a wheel myself. Of course, I'm a little slower than these guys, but I'd assume it's quite difficult.
MR setting the fastest lap time with a 141.125. And Takashi is still trying to put the pressure on Lord Smarfan. Looking for the grip as he goes onto the straight here. Trying to get the drag behind Lord Smarfan the same way he is doing to Fikeaways. And the DRS is on. There's not that much power he has left in his electric systems, but he passes by maybe the both of them here going for the outside line. It looks to happen. Oh, it's still very close. Who gets the grip more? It seems to be that Takashi does it, and he passes by both Fikeaways and Lord Smarfan in one move and then closes the door on him, taking the right hand side here, defending against Lord Smarfan now. But it seems like he managed to make both drivers. And he's in 3rd place. And Pierre and Moraine are now fighting. Let's see if we can see it here. They make contact and crash. I think Moraine is gone. He is. 13th place now. 14th place. He's getting back onto the track. But we saw the contact there, and we were driving alongside the lucky one who managed to keep it going, but that was a little bit of contact there. Wutu now passing by Marijn.
Spinning.
Interesting viewing here at the back where people are still very close to each other. Trudeau, Robbie Van, and Marijn. And it seems like Trudeau's making the move. Passes by on the right-hand side, which... Oh, once again, wheel banging. And you see that Robbie Van is taking a peek. He has a little bit more speed. And he moves past Trudeau. And I think that's mostly due to the fact that Marijn and Trudeau made contact there, which gave Robbie Van the perfect opportunity to move past and get into 17th place. I Was Born to Lose now right behind Silex and Fisk, who are fighting, and he seems to be getting more grip onto the straight here. And they come towards the hairpin. Let's see how close it is. Fisk is right in front of him. Moves towards the right-hand side. Plenty of space for all drivers concerned here. And the more grip or the more pace as they come onto this straight. Silex is still in front of him, and it seems like I Was Born to Lose lifted there to give him that space or make sure that there wasn't going to be any contact. Silex moving past Fisk on the straight. Stoli sets the fastest lap with a 144.4. And Silex seems to make the best move here. Fisk gets the time penalty as you could see him move onto the left hand of the track. MR gets the 3-second time penalty as well. And if you can keep that as soon as you get out of the hairpin, the exit you get there is very important. And if you manage to make something happen, it seems like he's making the move here. And it happens. King Wunder passes by I Was Born to Lose. He's behind him already. And now, the next target for him is going to be Silex. Yellow flag in Sector 2. We have Elias DNFing. He's on the right-hand side there. You can see him. He must have hit the wall during a crash. And it seemed to have happened in the chicane or right in front of it.
And let's see if it doesn't bite him in the ass again, coming up to the Camel Straight. Of course, Darth now having DRS on Winston in the run towards turn 4, I believe it is.
Yeah, we have the view here. You could slowly see Darth edging closer. And this is where the difference is going to have to be made. He's very close to him now. And it seems... Yes, he has passed him. And with plenty of time to spare.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this is a planned overtake. Or like being overtaken by Winston. Seeing as this is the second to last lap, so after this they're gonna go by the Camel Straight one more time. I think Winston was planning on being overtaken here by Darth and then staying in his DRS and then next lap overtaking Darth himself and then getting the place in the end.
And we are going into lap 22. Mark still leading, Takashi in second place and MR in third, but Lord Smarfan is going to get that third spot if he stays close enough behind him. Akatal gets another time penalty, and coming up to the straight here, we are following Winston.
Yeah, as you can see, he did have the run on Darth coming up to the bus stop chicane. Actually decided to lift a little bit. I actually was on board with Winston with the telemetry setting on. He actually lifted in order for Darth to stay ahead. So now he's going to probably get the run on him, hopefully trying to pass him by the end of the Camel Straight.
So like we said, Winston, you get one chance here, and it's going to have to happen right now. He's very close to him, but they get into the breaking point already. Darth defends on the left-hand side, and it seems like he might not get it. Will probably get the 5th place. Pierre gets another 3-second time penalty. I assume Mark is going to be very close to winning the race here already. We should see that come up on the left-hand side, but I think this is no longer going to happen. He's gonna get 6th place, Winston.
Yep.
Mark now, the winner. Takashi in 2nd place. MR goes over the line as 3rd place, but loses it to Lord Smarfan here. And then we have everybody else coming across the line with quite a bit of a difference. Silex is not that far behind King Wunder, so he might be able to make something happen. It's not going to. Both already... Oh! King Wunder crashes right after finishing, so I don't know how intentional that was. but quite a spectacular way to end. What would your driver of today be, Wizzy?
My driver of today, I think I'm going to have to give it to Mark. Being just so clean, not receiving any penalties whatsoever, manages to pass Takashi into the first corner, and then staying ahead of him the entire race. I think that's something to be proud of.
Yeah, once again, I would have to agree with you. An exceptional drive, as comfortable and as strong as the drives for Takashi were in the last 2 weeks. Mark manages to do the exact same. We get 2 Dutch drivers on the podium and a Swede. And it seems like Mercedes is the winner of today. Mark in first place, Takashi in second, Lord Smarfan in third place, MR, the German in the Red Bull, in fourth place, losing it because of the time penalty he got. Darth in fifth, Winston sixth place, seventh place I Was Born to Lose, King Wunder in eighth, Fikeaways, Silex, Marijn, Robbie Van, and Boutru in 13th place, Pierre in 14th, 15th place goes to Trudeau, Fisk gets 16th place, and 17th place goes to Elias. Stolly in 18th, Dabrels in 19th, and Blinde Vinkje, another DNF for the Williams, in 20th place.